Hello, in this training video, we're going to finish our online order that we've been placing. So right now I have order number 6 from Tuesday to Tuesday, which has a water slide and a snow cone machine in the shopping cart. We see the quantities and the totals for each item. Down here in the bottom left, we have our order adjustments. So that includes the damage waiver that I signed up for, which was an additional 7%. Taxes, and you might have additional fees that appear here. You can do environmental fees or fees for specific cities or zip codes if you would like. Then we have our total, our minimum payment required or deposit, and then the due balance. And in the bottom right-hand screen, your customers would select the payment type from the drop-down box and use that to submit the order. Now currently, this is just a quote. We've gone through, we placed an item in the cart, filled out all the info. If we exited out of this right now and didn't finish and didn't pay for it, this would be known as an incomplete order. It doesn't show up on the calendar and it's not deducting from inventory because this has never been finalized. So in order to submit an order and to get it on the calendar to make sure that it's counting against your inventory, you do want to finish the checkout process. There are reports though, and we do have features that'll notify you about incomplete orders just to help you try to retain more online business. So now that we have everything filled out, we'll select the payment type. And by default, you will have two options here. If you do have credit card processing set up, if you've completed your application and it's been approved, we will automatically configure that on your account and you'll see it here as an option. When we do set that up, we take away the bottom one, which is submit without payment. Normally, you don't want your online customers to be able to just place orders without any sort of payment or commitment for that order. But this option is available to you on the control panel. On the back end, you always have options to override, including options to pay by cash or check, for example. But we wouldn't want an online customer marking that they paid with cash, for example. But if you're just testing, you're more than welcome to use submit without payment just to put that order into the system, and then you can see it on your calendar and play with it in the control panel. We will be using this, but I want to show you the credit card and gift card ones first. We do have full gift card functionality if that's something that you want to sell that come with their own PIN numbers and variable amounts. But the majority of the time, customers are just going to go ahead and pay via credit card online. Anytime that a customer pays with a credit card, we always save the card on file. So that will be retained and tied to that customer's profile for future use. So if this customer only pays the deposit, I could go back in and then charge the full amount or the rest of the amount later on, just using card on file as a dropdown. And we'll see that later on. Here I can pay the deposit or pay the entire balance if I'd like. You can have tip boxes pop up with different pre-configured amounts if you would prefer. Below that, we show the billing information again. By default, all accounts do verify the address and zip code of the credit card, just to help prevent any chargebacks and for credit card security. There is CAPTCHA to make sure that it is a real person placing this order. And then at the end, all they would do is fill in their credit card info and hit submit. At that point, it would charge the card, they would get a thank you screen, and you would also get an emailed receipt of that order. That's how you know that you get an online order, is you'll get a copy of that emailed receipt, and you'll be able to see that in your control panel. We'll go ahead and we'll look at that next. Customers will also get an emailed copy of the receipt. So to submit this order for testing purposes, I'm going to go back to submit without payment. The box is checked, and now I can click submit. Now this order is processing, and once everything is done, it gets us to the thank you page. And I will have that emailed receipt in my inbox. We'll show you that on the next training video, as well as where to find this order in the control panel. Thank you so much for watching.